Hey VC, West here, checking in with another episode of the Vinyl Survivor. 5 more albums up here to check out. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, first one we got here is probably the most popular of all of ever the Cheesecake covers. This is Herb Alpert's Tijuana Brass, Whipped Cream and the Other Delights. This is their 4th album from 1965, and this is sort of a brass band sort of type music, doing a lot of covers of popular music in a brass, Mexican mariachi band sort of style. It's a fun listen, and one of the most well-known album covers of all. I really do like the green and how everything goes together. Pretty interesting. I'm thinking this is probably maybe a later reissue. This is on a brown tan label, A&M Records. I have a couple more copies of this in the inbox that I need to sort of go through and pull out. But I think this is one of those albums that I think everybody has had or does have at one point, and I got it, so that one's in the collection for now. Alright, next up is an album from 1987. It was actually recorded in 86, but this is a live album from Elton John. This is his live in Australia with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. Really cool. I mean, it's Elton John with a symphony orchestra, and I really love orchestra music, and Elton John songs with orchestra music backing is really cool to me. So it's really fun to listen to this. You hear orchestrated versions of his hit songs, and really fun concert. I actually want to try and find this. Never actually released on DVD, but there's some bootlegs going around, and there's a VHS version and Laserdisc version, and all the different versions seem to have different track listings. This was actually sort of a 2-part concert. The first part he did with just a normal band, and then they took a break and came back and did the part with the orchestra, and most of what's on this 2 LP set is the part with the orchestra. But yeah, just really cool. And as usual, this is on the Rainbow MCA label, and we have the Gloversville and the Dead Wax there, as is normal with MCA records and Elton John records in particular. But yeah, I picked this up at the Webster Flea Market in Webster, Florida. It's a flea market that happens on Mondays, so it's kind of an interesting flea market. But that's where this came from. It was $1. Very cool pickup, very cool addition to my Elton John collection. So I enjoyed this quite a bit. Moving on, but sticking with Elton John, we have Reg Strikes Back from 1988, I believe. Yes, 1988. This featured the hits A Word in Spanish and I Don't Want to Go On With You Like That. 2 songs I really like. I know a lot of people hate this period of Elton John, but that's, I was like 11, 12 when this came out, so it was, I was listening to music by then, and it was popular music at the time, so I enjoyed listening to it, and definitely some good stuff. Some deeper tracks on here. I do like this album a lot. Japanese Hands, I think I liked a lot. Some of the other tracks. Overall, this is a good album in my opinion. It's very enjoyable. Didn't have any cringeworthy moments or anything. The inner sleeve. I guess that's a picture of him as a boy. Some credits on here. This has a lot of people playing on here. You've got Davy Johnstone, Dee Murray, Pete Townsend, Freddie Hubbard is on here, and as was with the last one, Rainbow MCA, Gloversville, and the Dead Wax. pretty common theme there. I guess maybe he had abandoned the whole Rocket Records idea at this point. So yeah, Elton John, Reg Strikes Back. Might not be an album for everybody, but if you grew up in the 80s like I did, then this album is probably going to be enjoyable to you. You know, it's going to bring back sort of the 80s pop sound, and yeah, I'm glad to have this in my collection. Alright, next up is a compilation from Radio Shack. But as you can also see, this was made for Radio Shack by Vanguard, and it is 40 great folk songs. And so if you're looking for folk music and you see the Vanguard label, you're gonna do pretty well. So this is definitely a cool compilation. A lot of great groups on here. You get the Weavers, Odetta, Brothers 4, I think, are on here. Joan Baez, Jose Feliciano, Ian and Sylvia, Mississippi John Hurt, John Lee Hooker, Buffy St. Marie, Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, John Hammond. Just a ton of great tracks on here. It's in a 4 LP box. I'll pull one of these out here just to show you. And this is copyright 1974, and there's the just a plain white label with the Radio Shack logo on it. But yeah, just a really nice compilation of folk music. Let's see here, I'll get the other side here. This was from the library sale, and it was $1.50. I don't know if I paid full price for this, or if this was a half price day or a 10-cent day maybe thing, but I probably paid full price for this. I think I would have no problem paying $1.50 for a box set of folk music from Vanguard. But yeah, definitely a cool pickup. Definitely going in the collection. It was really enjoyable to listen to this. You know, a lot of stuff I knew and a lot of stuff I didn't know, so it's really awesome. So that's definitely going in the collection. Okay, and last but not least, we have an album from the band The Association. This is their 4th album, Birthday, 1968 on this one. The Association are sort of a very well-known sort of pop psych group. Just a plain inner sleeve on this one. It's on the Warner Brothers green label, 1F and 1C stampers. I don't know if this is an original or not, but it seems to be about the right look for an original. But nonetheless, this is just, you know, really good pop psych music. I guess the biggest hit on here was the Everything That Touches You, which I didn't really recognize as much as I recognized Rose Petals, Incense, and a Kitten. The Time Is Today, I think, was another one I noticed on here. Just, you know, overall, you know, I'm not... As you know, if you watch this channel, I'm no pop psych aficionado, but to me, this is good music, and it was very enjoyable to listen to. So yeah, The Association, Birthday. This was from the... I always do that. This is from the library sale with the blue sticker there. That's 75 cents is blue, I'm pretty sure. So I paid 75 cents for this album, and it's a keeper. I enjoyed it. I love the album artwork on this one. Really cool. So yeah, that's another episode of the Vinyl Survivor. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We got a lot more to come, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.